Welcome to Exploring Alaska Waterways. Thank you for joining us. We're located in Alaska's southeast on the western shores of Mitkoff Island. Our only town on the island is Petersburg. It has a population of roughly 3,000. Today's hike is the Ohmer Creek Trail. It's accessible by Mitkoff Highway, a little over 20 miles from Petersburg to the Ohmer Creek trailhead. And it is a trail that is easily accessible by a whole range of people with different mobilities, even wheelchairs. It's very informative and it's a great salmon habitat. There are tours available through Indigenous Adventures that take people out to Ohmer Creek Trail. The very first part, as I said, is accessible. As you go further back into the trail, it becomes less and less accessible, but there is a nice little loop for accessibility. At the beginning of the hike, there are a number of informative signs that can help you interpret the trail.
From the river's edge, where the waters gleam, begins the journey like in a dream. Smoke to adult, they grow and roam. Ocean travelers far from home. In the salmon cycle of life, they swim through strife and thrive, return to spawn, to pass on life to the land and sea where they arrive. Through currents strong, they find their way. In the ocean vast,
Look at this tree root. Want to stand by that one? That's insane. That's a tree that's tipped over. There's bird nests in there. All those holes. Makes good houses for little animals and birds.
in the salmon cycle of life, they swim through strife and thrive, return to spawn.
How old do you think that tree is?
Older than you.
And see where they arrive. Start and end in the river's flow, a timeless dance they all know. Cycles turning, they find their grace in every ripple, life's embrace. So sing with me of their
There's a big storm in this trail. This used to all be covered. They've cleaned up a bunch of them. There's another bridge.
in the salmon side.
There's still a lot of big trees that you can see. In the big storm, it was around Easter time, windstorm, and a bunch of these big trees tipped over. They've cleared out some of them, but there's still a lot of the trees in the water. little walkways to the river. See all those downed trees? I haven't been able to get to those yet.
Ohmer Creek begins in the mountains north of here and gathers tributaries and turns into a nice creek that is a great habitat for salmon. The river eventually flows south, ends up in the Blank Slough in the southern part out near Sumner Strait. This part of the trail is much lower than the salmon habitat that we saw earlier. This was more than likely created by beaver working and damming the Ohmer Creek. Up ahead here, we'll see evidence of beaver work and actually flooded part of the trail. So these are some of the things that you're going to want to look out for if you decide to take Ohmer Creek Trail. And I'll say it again, the first part is very accessible, and this last part is, as you can see, becomes much less accessible.
I heard that.
Down by Ohmer Creek, where the waters flow, salmon birth and end in a dance so slow. Forests and sunlight paint the scene, a tranquil place where nature's beauty reigns supreme. On the walking trail we find our way, peace and serenity greet us every day. In the heart of nature's gentle embrace, Ohmer Creek whispers tales in the sacred space. The rustling leaves in the gentle breeze dance with.
Two different spots. I think this goes to the river. We'll check it out. And Dan had me go first, so I got all the little spider webs. Tricky. Tricky, tricky. Huh? Oh yeah. There's some little minnows. Some little salmon. Fry.
Dance with the sunlight through the tall trees. Here we wander, lost in time's sweet grace, where salmon's journey leaves a lasting trace. On the walking trail we find our way, peace and serenity greet us every day.
Well, let me see. Maybe it won't be too far. It's kind of mushy. Yeah. Oh, it's muddy. Lots of deer tracks through here. There was an old trail. Brings you to the river. That little arrow, they gotta put a new trail through here to the river. If you have boots, it's fine. If you don't, you're gonna get muddy.
This is the backside of the Ohmer Creek Trail. It's kind of a big muskeg, ponderosa pine meadow. It's hot today for us, and it's really warm back here in the muskeg.
gentle embrace. Ohmer Creek whispers tales in this sacred space. With every step, the world falls away. Nature's beauty guides us, come what may. In this haven, life and earth unite, a symphony of wonder in the fading light.
It's amazing how much solar energy gets absorbed by the muskeg. It is sweltering here in the sun. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's warm. And you get back here in the muskeg, it just seems to absorb the solar energy. There's a welcome sight up ahead. There's some shade in the woods. And it'll cool off. Oh yeah, you can already feel it. Ah, nice breeze, a little bit of shade. It's not often we complain about too much sun here in southeast, being a rainforest and all, but feels good. That's a skunk cabbage here. So recently it's been quite wet, but it's been really sunny for days now, and it kind of dries. It'd still be muddy underneath. Kind of a big ravine down there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Still a little water trickling out of the low areas.
Shuffling down the trail, just me and my song. The wilderness all around. Oh, what a sight.
Beautiful trees back here.
Walking down the road.
There is an old trail bridge right there.
Keeping time to
Looks like a little place people have a fire.
feeling the earth beneath my feet. With
Must be a stream down here.
as my companion.
Oh yeah, I can see a little bit of
This
water.
freedom feels so
You can too.
sweet.
Just trickling though. There's not much. Not much current.
Trees are swaying,
Some deer tracks in the mud.
birds are singing. In this
They
quiet
come through this way
world,
too, it looks
my
like.
soul is clinging. Every step I take, I feel
There's an
so
intricate root system
alive with
full of
every shuffle.
secret passages.
I know I'll
The
thrive.
little critters.
Keeping time to
It's like we're coming up on a bridge.
feeling the earth
I don't think there's much water running these days
with the wind.
because of the dry conditions.
My companion.
I think this is the end of the trail through the woods. That's a nice barrier and sitting rocks here. They come out on this road. Now we just hike.
Walking shoes, I find my peace in this wilderness, my heart's release. So here's to the journey and all it's got to give. In my walking shoes, I truly live. The trail's my home, no matter where it leads. With
I think Darcy's sitting in the air conditioning.